breaking news overnight. The president's national security advisor, Michael Flynn, forced to resign 3 weeks after the White House was told by the Justice Department that he could be vulnerable to Russian blackmail for not telling the truth about his contacts with the Russian ambassador. ABC's chief White House correspondent John Karl has all the latest. And John, this is extraordinary. The White House was warned that the president's national security advisor could be a national security threat.
Unbelievable, George. And Flynn really had no choice but to resign. He had misled the White House, and the president had clearly lost confidence in him.
General Flynn was front and center as President Trump met with the Canadian Prime Minister, but he had already fallen out of favor. The president refusing to even answer whether he had confidence in him.
Do you have confidence in Michael Flynn, Mr. President?
In his letter of resignation, Flynn made it clear he was leaving because he had misled Vice President Pence and other senior officials about his conversations with the Russian ambassador. Quote, "I inadvertently briefed the Vice President-elect and others with incomplete information regarding my phone calls with the Russian ambassador." Vice President Pence took that inaccurate information and repeated it on national television.
What I can confirm, having spoken to him about it, is that those conversations that happened to occur around the time that the United States took action to expel diplomats had nothing whatsoever to do with those sanctions.
But that was not true. The Justice Department became aware of Flynn's lie through routine surveillance of the Russian ambassador and notified the White House weeks ago. But it wasn't until Friday that Flynn personally apologized to the vice president. The shakeup comes at a critical time for President Trump, a missile test over the weekend by North Korea, rising tensions with Iran, and a key visit Wednesday by Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu to the White House. For the moment, retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, who had been Flynn's chief of staff, will serve as acting national security advisor. Also under consideration as a permanent replacement, retired General David Petraeus and retired Navy SEAL Vice Admiral Robert Harward.
The search for a replacement, a permanent replacement for Flynn, begins right now. I am told that General Petraeus will be here at the White House today, but the front runner here seems to be Vice Admiral Bob Harward. He is somebody who happens to also have a very close relationship with General Mattis over at the Pentagon.
And there had been a lot of questions about the overall running of the National Security Council stamp.